Sharing my screen. So good evening. This is the 10th grade open house. I am Miss Rodenberger. I am the 10th grade PLC lead, in case you need to know that for the future.
So, hi, my name is Mr. Warden, and we'll kind of be alternating through these slides. This is really just a chance for us to introduce ourselves, you know, and have you ask any questions. We'll convey a few items of information here, but mostly just sort of a chance to introduce ourselves so you know who we are. Norms for the meeting, feel free to post any question in the chat. I'm going to be attempting to monitor the chat here, so you can do that or raise your hand with the little hand button on the top there. We'll generally be keeping mics muted since it's going to be could be a rather large meeting. So yeah, those are our norms.
Hola, muy buenas tardes. Las normas para esta junta van a ser las siguientes. Si tiene alguna pregunta, puede publicarlas en el chat o usar el botón para levantar la mano aquí en el Teams. También pedimos que mantengan su micrófono en silencio, a menos de que tenga una pregunta. ¿Okay?
All right, so here we are. I think we'll just say what we teach. So yeah, I'm Mr. Warden, and this year I'm teaching AP World History and academic level World History and AP European History. And then Mr. Martin actually had a family emergency, so he couldn't be here. He teaches
math.
Is it geometry?
Geometry and Algebra 1?
Perhaps Algebra 1? I think so. I think that's right.
I'm Miss Michelle. I am the 10th grade English teacher.
And then I'm Miss Rodenberger. I teach the 10th grade chemistry. So I'm the science teacher.
So yeah, there it is in writing. So we were the core classes, academic classes, and I feel like we might have this on a later slide, but we do offer tutorials if students need tutorials or request tutorials, and so that's our days. Let's see, so Monday is English tutorials, and this is after school, like it says there, 4:15 to 5:15. Tuesday math, Wednesday social studies. I'm gonna have for the AP kids when we get back from spring break. Then I'll be doing mandatory tutorials every Wednesday for an hour after school as we just practice different AP questions. The types of questions they'll see on the exam. So those are really useful. And then Thursday is the science day for tutorials.
And just, sorry, go for it. Let me go back one. Okay, sorry.
Okay, los días para tener tutoriales los ofrecemos dependiendo la clase que necesitan los estudiantes. Y esto normalmente sucede después de escuela. Pueden durar de 30 minutos a 1 hora. Entonces, que el lunes sería de inglés, literatura, sé que serían conmigo. El martes sería de matemáticas, podría ser con Mr. Martin, Mr. Dio o Mr. Loja, dependiendo de cuál maestro tiene su estudiante. Los miércoles es de estudios sociales, que es con Mr. Gordon, y los jueves son es de ciencias, que es con Ms. Rodenberger. Hay veces que los maestros pueden dejar que los estudiantes vayan durante la hora del estudio después de lonche, con el permiso de los maestros, pero eso ya depende de cualquier maestro. Entonces, si su hijo o su hija necesitan ayuda extra, adicional para sus clases, estos son los días los que ofrecemos nosotros, las tutoriales. Ok, You can move on.
Thank you. This is just an general information that class field trips and about clubs. Overall, the district has postponed all class field trips for the duration of the school year. So that's a little sad and unfortunate. However, we are allowed hosting clubs this year, and we actually had a club fair earlier in the school year that students were able to walk around, see what clubs are offered, and sign up to join these clubs. Clubs will be held either Friday during advocacy, so that's during the school day itself, or some clubs are after school. And so hopefully your child is relaying to you what clubs are after school and what clubs they're a part of.
Lo que el distrito ha puesto todas las excursiones para este año escolar. Lo que sí volvió este año escolar fueron las actividades extracurriculares como los clubs. Estos pueden suceder después de escuela o durante la hora del estudio, los que son los viernes. Eso ya depende del maestro o la maestra que esté encargado de ese club. Por ejemplo, conmigo yo tengo 2 clubs. Uno de ellos se llama Volunteer Connect, que es para ayudar a conectar a estudiantes con oportunidades de recibir horas de voluntario. Y el otro club es Name That Book Club, que es como un club donde competimos usando libros contra otras escuelas en el distrito. So what I was mentioning is that I'm in charge of 2 clubs. One of them is called the Volunteer Connect, which is a club that connects students with volunteer opportunities. For example, we're having a volunteering opportunity this Sunday for to be race volunteers for a race that's happening at the University of Houston. Another club I have is the Name That Book Club, which is basically competitive, reading in a way. We compete against other schools. The kids are given a list of books to read, and in the competition, we would basically go against other schools and identifying books through quotes. So these are examples of clubs that are offered here in school. There's countless others, but these are the 2 that I'm just throwing out there for a shameless plug in case you have students that haven't yet joined the club and would like to join one. That's basically my shameless plug right there.
Nice. I'll plug 2 more. I know Mr. Martin is doing chess club this year, and it seems like we have some chess enthusiasts in the 10th grade. So that seems like a good opportunity to learn to play chess. And then the debate club, we're doing a debate team this year. There's a bunch of money that's created what's called Houston Urban Debate League, and it's a really good opportunity. So debate tournaments are actually like really expensive to put on, and so they put them on. They pay for all the buses to transportation to get to those tournaments, and so it actually is a really good opportunity. Even the most vague interest, one of our students is interested in joining the debate club, I would definitely recommend doing that. So yeah, you could just show up at Mr. Williams' classroom on Friday during advocacy, and so that's the only step you need to do. You join the debate club. It's that easy. So I didn't know you had such a large dog. I should go get my dog. He's tiny. Dog would eat him and
show off. Mr. Warden, a parent has a question about repeating the required AP tutorial for your class.
So it's not until the spring semester and not until after spring break. So it's really about maybe 8 weeks before the AP test. AP test this year, I think, is on May 12th. I wrote it on it's on the board in my room. I should probably know. I think it's May 12th. And so for about every Wednesday for the 6 to 8 weeks before that date, we'll have mandatory AP tutorials for an hour after school. Okay, yeah, we were also going to just talk about contacting teachers. Very easy to email us, and this is really more for the students who sometimes, could use some pointers on emailing professionals. So, so make sure students, when you're emailing us, include in the subject line and your name. For example, B3 chemistry, just that helps us out. We have a lot of students. And to make sure you just have like a professional style to your email with a greeting and a closing. For example, good afternoon, Mr. Martin. And then the closing could be like, sincerely, and your name. Anyway, so the main point here is to note that you can always contact us through email.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Español.
Okay. Entonces, lo que estamos pidiendo es la forma de que los estudiantes nos contactan a nosotros. Pedimos que en la línea de asunto que pongan la clase, el periodo que vienen y en la clase que están asistiendo. Por ejemplo, B3 Química. También esperamos de que incluyan un saludo y se despidan de una forma profesional. Es lo que pedimos. Nosotros sabemos que desde el año pasado ya tuvieron esa experiencia en contactar a los maestros, entonces yo sé que los estudiantes no necesitan que nosotros les enseñemos eso, pero solamente es para un recordatorio para decirles, eso es lo que esperamos de ellos. I did see a question about how would volunteers hours be tracked. It would be through a sign-in sheet. I would have to be writing these down manually, and sometimes even the organizations that we partner up with will give us like a certificate of some sorts. But it would be mostly through me, through a sign-in and sign-out sheet that I have, and then I turn that sign-in sheet into the front office, and they would basically be taking care of all that when it comes to volunteer hours for Volunteer Connect. For other organizations, let's say that if your child did volunteer hours with someone else, let's say the food bank, then that person, whoever was in charge in the food bank needs to give them either a certificate or something that shows that they completed the hours, and your student would have to give out I think the name and number of the person in charge, like their supervisor of some sorts. So that way, if the school wanted to contact this organization, they would be able to verify. Okay.
Yes, and I don't know where exactly that is, but your student can ask for, from the front office, hours card, and it's a little square where they would write down the information of like what they did, what company they did it with, how many hours it was, generally what did they do, and then, as Ms. Michelle was saying, the contact information of the person that was in charge of monitoring them while they were doing their volunteer hours. So there's a slip of paper that the students can get as well. We get questions about this every year, so we want to just let the parents know right up front about our late work policies. For academic level classes, we will accept late work. There is usually time limits involved in that. I myself accept late work up to a week after it's due. So the best policy there is to look at the syllabus for the time limits per each class. For the advanced classes, the Houston Advanced, they used to be formerly known as pre-AP classes. In math classes, Mr. Deal, Mr. Warden, and Miss Aloha, they're accepting classwork up to 3 days late. Pretty much every other advanced class does not accept late work. And that is preparation for taking the actual AP classes that have that strict policy as well. And then for the electives, go to their open house after this, and you can ask that questions if they don't cover it, but it's going to vary based off the elective, so you need to check the syllabus and ask the teacher.
Lo que sigue es la póliza para el trabajo atrasado. Básicamente lo que le podemos decir es que deberían de revisar la sílaba de cualquier clase. pero esto es como lo tenemos organizado por ahorita. Las clases académicas aceptamos trabajo tarde, pero los estudiantes deben saber cuánto tiempo tienen para poder entregar un trabajo tarde. Hay algunos maestros que reducen puntos dependiendo del día. Por ejemplo, conmigo, yo solamente acepto que el trabajo llegue tarde como por 2 días, ¿okay? Dependiendo la circunstancia también. Para las clases más avanzadas, las clases de matemáticas aceptan trabajo ya 3 días tarde. Para las demás no se aceptan trabajo tarde. Y para las clases, los cursos electivos como no matemáticas, arte, PE, eso ya varía por la clase.
I see that we have a question about the food bank provides letters for the volunteer hours. Who should they be sent to?
Those can be sent to the front office. I know that Ms. Duron, our front office secretary, she's the one that usually takes care of that. Oh, there you go. Ms. Espinal just mentioned it right here.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right, this slide is just either informing you or reminding you. There's an app called PowerSchool Mobile where all the grades, on this app, all your students' grade be on there. So if you used it last year, it's the same. It should be the same sign in that you used to sign into that app to see the grades, and it's 24 hours a day. And then if you need a parent access code, I think you call the school and reach out to the administrators, and you can get that code from them.
Correct. And I believe also it does not just grades, but I think you can also look at the attendance record of your student as well. So if if your child is tardy for classes or missing too many classes, because if they do miss too many classes, then they don't receive credit for that class, and then they have to make it up somehow. So just keep in mind that you can also check PowerSchool, I believe, for attendance as well.
Para poder revisar los grados de sus estudiantes, pueden bajar la aplicación PowerSchool. Esta está disponible para el Apple y Android. Para poder ingresarse, pueden usar la misma contraseña como el año pasado, pero si ustedes necesitan ayuda, pueden pedirle ayuda a los administradores de la escuela. And this slide is for me. This is basically for just letting parents know about 2 required books that I'm asking students to get. They don't have to get them back to back, but for sure, one of the ones that they're going to need soon will be World War Z, both at my advanced classes and my academic classes. World War Z by Max Brooks. This is the one that we're going to be using next cycle. These could be bought through Amazon, Half Price Bookstore, Barnes & Noble, wherever you can get them. I've already showed the students the book. They have it. They've been able to see it. If there are any circumstances in which the students are not able to get a book, just have them let me know, and we'll see what we can do with that. The Glass Castle, that's the one that I'm going to be requiring for the next semester, and this is for cycle 6, which is towards the end of the school year. Okay. Solamente aquí lo estoy avisando que hay 2 libros en los que estoy pidiendo que los estudiantes encuentren. No es necesario que los compren, pueden también agarrarlos de la biblioteca. El primer libro se llama World War Z por Max Brooks. Ese es el que está de anaranjado con la Z grande. Y el segundo libro es The Glass Castle por Jeanette Walls. Ese libro los van a necesitar el próximo semestre como para el final del año escolar. Como digo, no tienen que comprarlo, pueden agarrarlo en la biblioteca. Y también pueden comprarlo por Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Half Price Bookstore. Y si tienen alguna circunstancia donde sus estudiantes no pueden conseguir estos libros, avísenme a mí porque yo puedo ayudarles con algunos libros extras que yo tengo. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah. And we did receive some questions in chat, but if there are any more questions that have arisen, you can either type them into chat right now or raise your hand and we'll call on you to answer any questions you may or may not have.
Si tiene alguna pregunta, tienen toda la libertad de poder ponerlas aquí en el chat o levantar la mano para usar el micrófono también.
If anyone's thinking of a question, type it in. I'm waiting. I would just comment that I've enjoyed meeting the students. It seems like a really good group this year. It's an odd situation since last year, you know, we weren't in school, or almost everyone wasn't in school. So a lot of these students, this is kind of their first time in high school. And so, you know, we're kind of all getting caught up and remembering how to do this in-person school thing. But I think, you know, we're starting to hit our stride and feeling a little bit more comfortable with the in-person school. So, you know, sky's the limit.
I believe yes, it is nice to see students in class again. I believe there's 2 pre-cal teachers, Mr. Gary, he's also the physics teacher, and then Dr. Baranke. Yes, okay. Thank you, Ms. Morales. So Mr. Gary, he was in the 11th grade.
11th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, 11th grade. De nada, Miss Yvonne. Espero que no fue tan mal mi español.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So my question is this, I know it's being recorded, but will we have access to this information again? Because I have another son in another grade.
Yes, all the grade level open houses should be recorded. And I believe Ms. Morales mentioned that the admin will take the recordings and then post them to the Eastwood Academy YouTube channel as well, so that you can watch whatever ones you didn't miss, whichever ones you missed, and also whichever ones you need to review. So if you have questions like, what did Mr. Warden say about XYZ, you can always just go back to the recording and review what he had to say.
Thank you.
You're most welcome.
What do you think? Give another minute. See if anyone thinks of any questions.
Oh, Jackie Lira is raising her hand.
Hi, this is Jackie's mom. How are you?
Hi.
Nice to meet you. I was just wanting to know, like, since Jackie hasn't been in school for the past 3 years due to a medical condition she had, how can I log her in with my other daughter's Power School account?
Ooh, that's a good question. Ms. Morales, do you have a good answer?
Yeah, see if she responds. I mean, I wouldn't know the answer to that, so you'd probably need to call the school. They're probably better at that sort of administrative type of information.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she might not actually be in the meeting to hear us.
Okay.
Okay, she says we can give you a code. Give you a code for you to link with Jackie.
That's a good question.
Okay, see, Ms. Morales also put her It's asking for you to email her or text her, and she left her number right there
Okay,
in the
I have
comment.
that. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
No problem.
Any questions? I'm free here. Like if y'all need anything from Jackie or if there's any concerns, I'm here.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, if there's no other questions, you are free to leave. Maybe go to the restroom, grab a snack before you transition over to the CTE meetings. Please do wait until the teacher starts those meetings before joining. But please reach out to us if you do have any questions or concerns about your child. And we're excited about this school year. So we're excited to see your children in the classroom.
Sí, por nuestra parte ya terminamos nosotros con nuestra junta, entonces pues, siéntanse libre de entrar a la junta de CTE como a las 6:35 y les agradecemos a todos ustedes por venir aquí hasta a nuestra junta. Cualquier cosa, avísenos por favor.
Alrighty, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Link is right there in the chat. Thank you, guys.
I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.
All right.